Bismillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the third lecture in the social attitude series of lectures. And as we told you last time, our topic will start now talking about arrogance. And it is the first heart disease or sickness, social sickness, we selected to talk about. And we start by arrogance because it is very dangerous sickness. It is very important topic to understand. It is a gate for a lot of bad attitudes and bad sins happen in our life. It can reach to kufr. A'udhu billah min hada. So it is very important to start with this. Some ask me to try to make the lectures of episodes, small ones, or short ones. So we will make arrogance on 3 parts or 4 parts, depends, not to make it long for you. In this topic or all our lectures, I want from you to know something very important to know it, that we are not saying a classic lectures, you expect to hear some advices and some verses from Quran, some hadith, okay, goodbye. We need to reach a goal in our life, and you need a pavement for this, to pave the road to reach your destination. And this cannot be done without changing ourselves. We cannot reach the destination we lost by the same way we follow before and we did not reach it. So it needs from us to adapt, not just to listen and that's it. It must be reflect on you to adapt it inside you. For that, our lecture will take many dimensions, more dimension than you expect, and sometimes we will talk about social studied things, can be also some psychology, and so on. In this coming arrogance lectures, I used 2 references. One, a book called Social Manners in Islam for my Shaykh, Allah yarhamu, he passed away, Hassan Ayub. And the other one is not a religion book. It is written by the author is my dear friend and brother and my teacher too. I learned from him a lot. Brother Engineer Wa'il Burhan. And this book called I. Yes, I. And it is online, by the way, in English, who are interested to read. It's not a religion book, but it helps you to see and to ask questions to yourself, very strategic question in your life. And it is not for Muslims only, for everybody can read it, but from a Muslim point of view. And it is a very good book. Before to understand the importance of this arrogance, we have to know that we always busy in our life, most of our time, in treating the symptoms of the disease, not the source of the disease. The body, when it becomes sick or there is any bacteria come to your body or viruses, the body itself is designed to have a self-defense system. and the body will find and distinguish this is not a normal, not a healthy thing, come out. It's not part of the body, so start to fight against it, kill it, and kick it out of the body. But in the cancer, the problem of cancer, it is the person cell itself, which is healthy cell, part of your body, start to grow up in abnormal way, start to be unhealthy, but is part of the body. For that, the body is not fighting it. The system never distinguish it or discover it. So you need a treatment from outside. The treatment from outside cannot distinguish where is this bad or good cell. So you will find the treatment usually kill the bad cells and the good cells together, and usually end the death of the patient. May Allah recover all the cancer patient and all our patients in anything. So why I'm saying that? Because there is a cancer now in this humanity, in our civilization nowadays, the human civilization nowadays. This cancer is part of our body as a human being, but it start to grow in a wrong way. And this what they call it the ego of the person. The ego is something basic inside every one of us. The problem when it starts to grow in a wrong way, from here, the arrogance and the ego will become big. All the problems will come after, as we will explain now, inshallah. Now, this civilization create for us paradigm, and this paradigm make the ego and the individualism like something holy, and your benefit and my benefit and how I deal with everything. So the center is you, is me, dealing with everything, with God, with family, with environment, with everything, till it becomes self-centered civilization, and this start to eat the flesh of our civilization, and it become a big problem. Actually, this ego become collective ego and become they and us, and people start to divide themselves, and the West or the white look at the others to be controlled by because the ego there is they are the best race, for example. So if we look at the few centuries ago when colonization started, maybe 15th century and 16th century till now, all the disasters happened by man. The problem, the source is the ego, the arrogance, and self-centered thinking. This what led the whole world facing troubles and facing unbalance between the strong and the weak. There is a writer, and he called Edgar Toole. His book is New Earth. He said the ego is based on identification and separation. The person or the race or the tribe or any want to identify themselves, and separation, us and you. And if you notice, the whole fashion industry with the billions of dollars, only the fashion, but many others, we will talk later about it maybe in detail, but the brands and all of this based on what? On identification of the ego. The person wants to wear a brand. Imagine, this is a big industry based on the ego. And the people who has no enough money to buy this brand, they make for them a fake copy of it, you know. So at the end, it is the ego to, even you know that you are wearing a fake one, but you want to show that you have your own brand name. So this, when a person will be self-centered like this, starting by arrogant. Self-centered is different than selfish, for example. The selfish, for example, if we have 4 apples and then the 2 are hungry, so when they meet and they find the 4 apples, it's normal, you will take 2, I will take 2. This is the fair. The selfish will try to make any tricks to get 3. He knows it's not his right, but he is try to trick the other, try to use dirty games to get this more share. Self-centered, because he's arrogant, he's convinced completely that his right is the 4 apples, or the 3 at least, because he deserves. You see the difference? It become part of his nature. So that's how it starts. First by ujb, they call it ujb. You need to be proud, prideful, you know, boasted, you know, like I am very good, you know, you like yourself too much. So it will transfer to arrogance. First, you like yourself. For example, I am giving good lectures and like this, then I will become arrogant. And when I become arrogant, I will stop listening to any advice, to any, you know, somebody can give me new ideas or finish. I am the best, you know. The arrogance will lead to you to be hypocrite. Because if I'm giving the lectures and I feel arrogant, I start to prepare for any lecture. My intention is how to let the people say, wow, he's a good lecturer. It's not for Allah. My action will be going to serve my arrogance, to serve this direction, to be proud more and more about myself, more than it can be useful for the others. And from hypocrisy, it will take the person to be envious, to envy the others. How? Because when this guy who took all these steps and find another person like other scholars, other you know, engineer, other doctor better than him, he feel envious, and he wish the other will go, and maybe he will talk about him bad. Don't listen to this sheikh, his aqidah like this, don't listen to, you know, and so on. So at the end, it will end like a self-centered person. Now, what is the first sin in the history? The first sin in the history is the arrogance. When Shaitan refused to listen to Allah's order to make sujood and bow to Adam alayhi salam, why? Because he told him, he answered Allah, I am better than him. You create me of fire and create him of soil. So I am better than him, you know. It is the arrogance, it is the racism. I am white, you are black. I am Arab, you are Filipino. You are Indian, the other is Chinese, and so on. This is the first sin which let the shaitan become shaitan. So the arrogance lead to kufr in sometimes, or in many times it can lead, and how we will see it can lead for kufr. And this how it is very important to know. There, God said, subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ghafir 35, that Allah will seal on any arrogant heart, sealed, will not be a sensitive or alive heart anymore, like a dead heart. Allah said also in Isra, لا تمشي في الأرض مرحا. Why? Don't walk in this earth, while you are proud of yourself. إنك لن تخرق الأرض ولن تبلغ الجبال طولا, and you will never reach the height of the mountain, and you cannot break the earth, because you are nothing, you are so weak. Why you are walking on the earth arrogantly? And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he said no one will enter the paradise while he has misqala, zarra, like atom of kibr, he will not enter the paradise, the heavens. So they asked him, one of the men said, but the man, the people like to dress good, to look good. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allahu Jameel yuhibbu al-jamal, Allah beautiful, love the beauty. The arrogance is not to look good or not. The arrogance that you will be show off, or you will get down the people and you think you are higher than them. You can look nice, but you are nice with people and you feel humble. So differentiate between this, because some people afraid, I do that, I am arrogant or not. Like Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, when Prophet, in the hadith of the Thawb, and he told him, you are not making this, Abu Bakr, as show off or showing. So this generally introduction about the arrogance. So let us go more about arrogant. It is two kinds, interior and exterior. The interior, it's your attitude, become part of the attitude of the person, which you feel inside yourself, that you are higher than the other, you are better than the others, you are more intelligent than the other. But till now it doesn't go out and not reflect as action on the other. It's still inside you. Until now, you can fight against it inside yourself. You are not arrogant yet. And the other one is the exterior one, when your action will be an arrogant action and getting down the people and show them that you are better than them. And to be arrogant is need three elements, three things. An arrogant person, a people to be arrogant on, and the reason why you are arrogant. And if we take these elements and we make to it some analysis, you will find at the end, really, the arrogant person is really stupid to think arrogant. So when you are arrogant, first, we have to understand, you can find yourself better than the others, okay? But you feel that there are others also better than you. So this is not kind of arrogance. You still believe that you are, under control. And the real arrogance, when you feel really you are better than the others. There is a story happened, Prophet Muhammad Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anh, one of the guys asking him, that let me give advices to the people after Fajr. I want to give a dars lesson every after Fajr. I will stand in the mosque and give them lecture or dars. So Omar told him, I'm afraid that your ego will blow up till you reach the chandelier, the place where they put the candle there or the oil to put it. So he told him, warned him that this can let you feel arrogant or feel proud of yourself. So to feel you are better than the other is a psychological. And the arrogance, when the effect will come on the people and they feel that you are arrogant. And this, when it reflects on the people, has different, very different and ways. Like a son can be arrogant on his parent when he's become more educated than them or more rich, and he feel like arrogant. Oh, this is my father. I'm more educated than him. I'm not listening to him, or something like that. It happened. Also, sometimes the wife can be rich or beautiful and arrogant. She don't want to listen to her husband. And opposite, the husband can be an arrogant and using his bride as a man to deal with his wife. A student can be arrogant on his teacher because this student is son of a rich guy or something like that. A manager can be an arrogant. A scholar can be an arrogant. And this is the big disasters happening, that some scholars cannot control the bride inside themselves. They cannot control their. They feel, like better than the others, and they start to be arrogant, and start to be really centered. They don't accept anybody will not against his opinion or against his way, and this is a big disaster for the religion. As we said, the arrogance is the gate for many sins. The arrogant person cannot be humble, of course, and humble is a very good thing to do. He cannot stop hating and envy the other. He cannot control anger. He cannot control to envy the other. He will not listen to any advices. He will be always treating the others like less. Even if you want to advise the others as if they are sin makers, they are bad, they are ignorant, they are poorer, and so on. As we promise you, we will not make it long, so I will stop here, and next time we'll talk about the parts of kibr. There is a kibr on Allah, means arrogance on Allah, orders, and arrogance on prophets, and arrogance on the people. And after that, we will go to a very important thing, which is how arrogance can, the arrogance and its relation of tribalism, and arrogance and its relation with extremism, arrogance and its relation with to be radical in your ideas, and so on. So inshallah, next part of this kibr, we will talk about the aqsam, the parts the types of arrogance, which is very important to know it, so we can avoid how a simple arrogance can lead us to be even kafir. وَلِعَيَذُ بِاللَّهِ from this. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.